Okay, it's Therax back with another cast, doing a solo to start. Got a team, or a co-caster coming in shortly here. Both teams look like they are ready to get into the 1v1, so... And launch. We've got a pair of linebackers starting things off with the trial mechs. This is Tournament of Stars. Your caster today is Therax. Co-caster will be joining me in a little bit. Hopefully, everything works out. We've got Crossfire versus the opposing force. It's a Division B match. We'll talk about it a little bit more as we get into the 1v1 to start. Both players are going to be in a trial linebacker. No surprises there. The enhancements are turned off, so there's no bonus structure, armor, no skill tree, no consumables, just 6 medium pulse lasers and what they have for aim. Yeah, they're both going to be painted noob green. Why are we even bothering? Get that red highlight back up. Way Owens and Lousy 10. So we have Way Owens taking the hill. Are they going to keep moving or are they going to stop? Nope, they're just going to keep moving. So first shot's going out. Lousy 10 is putting damage to the torso and taking damage to the legs. So we do have a little bit of a difference of opinion here on where a player should be targeting. Lousy 10 has an open leg already, open orange. One more volley will take it. Way Owens is open center torso. The leg is, oh no, Way Owens powered down, and that's that. No cool shots, no skill tree. These mechs actually do run relatively hot, so quick and easy. Forgot the override. So Crossfire picks up the first 2 points. Damage totals, I mean, there's one more shot there for Lousy 10 than Way Owens had, as they were shooting at a powered down mech. So decision to go legs or torso is kind of an interesting one there. I'm not sure which is correct, and I'm not going to take this match as any indication either way. Yeah, it just didn't get an opportunity to really see that. I can type. No, I can't. Okay. I need to switch the map. I need to remember what that map was. Handy dandy reminder, it is going to be Liao Jungle. Oh, this is the first of the 2v2s. And this is 1 assault and 1 medium for each team. Liao Jungle is a relatively balanced map as far as Solaris goes. You can play mid-range, kind of long-range, or you can brawl. There's sufficient cover to move up and brawl. Okay. Trying to keep all the balls juggling here. I believe the stream is getting up right now. A little bit of a delay on that, so hopefully there are no issues. If there are, please point them out as soon as possible, and hopefully I find out, you know, within that 5 or 6 minutes, and can do something to correct it. Yeah, we're getting into 2v2, 1 assault, and then 1 medium for each team. What are we waiting for here? Players haven't indicated they are ready to drop yet. There we go. We've got a ready out of team 1. They are locking it at 155 tons, which is the maximum for the assault and medium. Team 2 is hovering at 140, so they would be giving up 15 tons. 15 tons, not that significant. Could get a little bit of an indication as to whether or not they are looking to play range or brawl, as the brawling mechs do sometimes tend to be a little bit faster or lower tonnage to gain that extra speed. Oh, here we go. They've got it ready. Okay. So let's give them that quick rundown and just kick them into there. Make my switch over here. So the way that the points are right now, previous match results, some of them are known, some of them are not. Crossfire is no longer able to make it into first place in the division. They're playing for second. There's a team close to them in the standings that's playing their match out in an hour from now. So Crossfire needs to bank as many points as possible to guarantee their second place spot. Whereas on the opposing side, the opposing force is looking to get as many points as possible to try and get out of last place, as which they're currently situated in, but they're in striking distance on some other teams who have not played yet as well. They could pull their way up a few places. So we've got a Stormcrow with mid-range lasers and SRM kind of brawl, actually, high DPS brawl, and then a mid-range UAC 20, UAC 10 Direwolf. Both teams are bringing Direwolves of that nature. One of them has an extra UAC 10 in the place of that UAC 5. The two UAC 5s, two UAC 10s, one UAC 20, opposed to one UAC 20, one UAC 10, two UAC 5s. Now, the difference in the tonnage is the Arctic Wolf for the Stormcrow. Both those are high DPS mechs they're running, but the Stormcrow has more armor. Doomguard has moved up with their Direwolf into a closer range position. They're not playing standoff here, even though they likely have a little bit more of an advantage there with the higher burst. They're moving up where the Arctic Wolf is able to get some shots in. Now the Direwolves are going full exposure. We'll see who has the better aim or who doesn't get the jams. Those are both factors that can come into play. LOL Barbecue here is pushing in on Bakey and the Direwolf. The Arctic Wolf is flanking around to get back shots on Doomguard. Doomguard's turning around and taking shots in the rear from the Direwolf. Quickly realizes mistake, turns away, but the Arctic Wolf has done a run by and is getting away. Doomguard has lost the side torso, goes down. Now Stormcrow has to take out this Direwolf. Nothing's open yet on Bakey's Direwolf, so this is going to be very difficult task there for LOL Barbecue. Oh, picks up, what is that, center torso kill on the Arctic Wolf. Nicely done. Was heavily wounded. Still getting that kill, getting the cooldown. Both players dropping heat and unjamming the autocannons as it may be. Stormcrow is letting the Direwolf get some range though as well, which is unfortunate. Loses an arm there. That is a lot of laser weaponry gone now off of that mech. And Bakey's Direwolf is open center torso now. A lot of rear damage and heat damage on that Stormcrow. Very hot mech, but nothing open yet that matters. Open side torso, center torso. This mech is going to cook if they don't get the kill soon. Goes down. Oh, picks up the kill. Stormcrow, 34%. Open center torso. Only an SRM4 remaining there. The last volley taking out some of the weaponry. But the Direwolf is the one that goes down. I was trying to check the SRM ammo there. I did not catch it. With that side torso destruction, I don't imagine that Stormcrow had much left in the way of ammunition to go with that single weapon. Got the job done. A hard fight. Nicely done from both teams. And I need to assign a win here. 2-1 decision in the favor of Crossfire. The opposing force picking up 2 points there. Okay, I've got a co-caster dragging him in. Welcome here, Unfearing.
Oh, hey.
Alright, I believe you're coming through on the stream now. So we just finished the first 2v2,
Alright.
and so far Crossfire has there's 8 points to the 2 points from the opposing force. And I need to bring you into the lobby. So,
Okay.
hold on a second. Invite to lobby sent.
Thanks.
And I need to switch the map to Steiner Coliseum. I remember this.
Yeah, I'll try to help you.
Okay, the last of the 2v2s is on Steiner Coliseum. It's a medium and a light. Maximum tonnage team can take is 90.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, the MWO, like the lobby stats tool is down because the MWO Mercs website is down, so they can't do any API polls.
Mm-hmm.
So we're missing one of my favorite tools.
Yeah, no fancy transitions for you, huh?
Yeah, I mean, I just like to see components destroyed and team damage, all those stats that you can pull up through the API.
Team damage is the best.
I love seeing that high team damage.
I'm a team player.
All right, just waiting for the teams to ready up.
They look ready now. 10 minutes. No enhancements yet. Looks about right.
Yeah, I sure hope so. I don't think I've thrown a match in with the wrong. Oh no, had an incorrect map once. We had Terra Therma instead of Terra Therma Crucible, something like that.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know, right?
Well, I guess they're ready now. They're under 90. It's looking good. Send it, I guess.
Got it locked. Okay. $85 tons to 80 tons, so both teams are dropping a little bit light. Not significantly so, like 10 tons. That's not huge. You know, you've got 80 out of the 90, 85 out of the 90 is nothing at all that you're missing, really. Some of the more effective mechs are a little bit lighter in tonnage. You do miss a little bit of armor, though.
Alright, I'm over on the CXF side. Stormcrow Incubus.
Okay, I will take a quick look at the opposing force. They've got a Hunchback 2CC that should be double LBX-20s, my guess. 2 AC-10s and 4 ER small, so they're taking some range. And then they've got a Kit Fox Purifier with small pulse and heavy machine gun. And Crossfire, I'm
Alright.
seeing a DPS
It's
Stormcrow.
probably Incubus Saber. I'm gonna guess it's a small pulse. Small pulse. Serm Stormcrow. They're going to take Op 4's high side. Op 4 didn't care though.
Yeah, opposing force is setting up to receive on the back of these hills. Very good, strong receive position for that AC-10 Hunchback. It's only 2 AC-10 though. I've seen things like 3
Only
AC-5
two.
for Solaris.
He needs more time to work.
Yeah. And now there's a hill in the way because the Hunchback has backed up to get some additional terrain.
Ghost is here to buffer, but he's the only thing.
That Stormcrow's coming in hard.
Yep.
Going
They just
straight for
ignored
the
the
Hunchback.
Purifier.
Hunchback leg is open. Stormcrow lost something, but the Hunchback goes down. Stormcrow's lost an arm, a lot of laser weaponry missing. Now the focus
Yeah,
is turning.
Stormcrow almost dead, but I don't know if it's enough.
Kit Fox's
He
leg.
might get the kill.
Stormcrow's open center torso,
Yeah.
but they survive. So it's a 2-0 win for Crossfire here. That Stormcrow was taking heat damage at the end. That was getting very, very close there.
Probably the side torso destruction.
That'd be my guess. So it might have been fortunate that the Kitfox went down when it did. Otherwise, that Stormcrow might have cooked. You never know how many seconds left were there for them. So it's a 2-0 victory. Damage totals on the screen. Kitfox doing the most out of the opposing force. Hunchback just didn't really have the time. And Stormcrow picking up top damage for Crossfire.
Right on.
So Crossfire is up to 14 points total here in the match. Opposing forces picked up only 2 points out of the 1v1, 2v2 mini drops that make up the drop 1. Moving on to a new map.
Yeah. Vitric, I think.
Yeah, Vitric first, and then we go to Hellboy. 12
Yep.
minutes, first person only. Okay. So we're playing Single Cap Conquest. It's a 5v5 clan max only 200-ton drop limit for the first of these 5v5 drops. Officially, it's drop 2. Just waiting for the players to get in their mechs and ready up. Yeah, teams can change server if they want to. I know one of these
Think.
teams is Oceanic based, and the other I think is North American.
Yeah. I just had to put it out there.
Yeah, worth asking. My understanding is that Oceanic would rather play North America than Europe, so current year of MechWarrior Online comp is basically on North American server most of the time. I'm expecting this just to be brawl. I think that these teams are just going to rush up and fight on the top above Theta, and see who comes out on top of that. They could do something different. There are options on Vidric Forge, but at 200 tons, it's a little bit difficult to set up any sort of a ranged trade drop deck that doesn't just get run over.
Yeah, I agree.
Arctic,
Especially in this 5v5.
yeah, Arctic
It looks
Wolf.
like they're both ready.
Okay,
You think it'll be that Arctic Wolf Viper thing?
I think so. Arctic Wolf Viper is just so easy to build a drop deck, so I do think the Viper's probably the stronger pick on here because of the jump jets. Teams could get fancy, pull out something a little bit different, but I suspect it's not going to be anything different than just some form of brawl against another form of brawl. Alright, I'm going to be looking at Crossfire. Oh no, sorry, I'm looking at the opposing force in the red as they're coming in.
Alright, I got the CXF.
A lot of Vipers, a lot of Arctic Wolves, so we're going to pull the builds on these. I don't think there's going to be any surprises. SRMs on the Arctic Wolves, as that's what they do. 2s and 6s, and then a Viper with ERME light machine gun. So they do have mid-range on one of their Vipers. One of their Vipers is SRM small pulse, so that is different.
Yep. The Crossfire deck is mostly Arctic Wolf SERM stuff. They just have a packet as a slightly bigger anchor and a kit fax to compensate the tonnage. All SRMs though.
Okay, so they aren't doing anything fancy with the extra tonnage hunchback that they're bringing. The interesting thing is they're
Huntsman.
bringing They're bringing Arctic Wolf Primes. That's
P.
the Omni mech. It's a little bit slower than the Arctic Wolf 1, which is a battle mech, but they can
It's
put
got
jump jets
5.
and ECM on
Yeah.
that Omni mech if they took pods for it. I think these are going to be just
I
pure
think,
SRM though.
yeah, they're planning to skirmish more with these Arctics, just like bouncing up and down.
They've got jump
Wobbly.
jets and Artemis, so they do have a range advantage in the nature of Artemis SRMs versus non-Artemis SRMs. Kitfox is dropped and is doing a flank as they're pushing. Kitfox is trying to come up behind
Oh,
some
yep.
mechs.
5v4 now.
So Bakey's the primary
Sixf got the
called target
numbers.
here.
Becky
Bakey's dropped.
dipping.
So Crossfire is staying up top. It's a 5v4 right now. Lousy 10's taking a lot of percentage damage here toward the rear torso, looks like. We
Yeah.
have the first death going down on the side of the opposing force. They are down mechs. A couple of their mechs have dropped. One of their mechs is not. One of their mechs has come back up.
Yeah.
Bit of a mess
Four
here.
is taking turns, getting gangbanged up here.
Yeah, if you don't want any of your mechs to fall, and if your
Oh,
mechs do
oh.
fall, you want them all to fall.
I think
So,
Wayo's disconnected, that's why.
oh no. So we have a
He's,
drop here now, and looks like Crossfire is just going in to try and pick up remaining mechs. Yeah, Way Owens is standing, and
he's brawling that wall.
yeah, unfortunate. Got to play on. There's no middle
Don't
age
know
or
when that
resume or
happened.
anything like that.
Yeah, probably some
Unfortunate.
damage was dealt already.
Yeah.
Oof.
Lopsided win there. Very low percentages on the side of Crossfire, but all of their mechs did manage to stay upright.
Lousy 10 is almost no CT. Mirage is only half.
Yeah. I'm not sure who the drop color is for the opposing force. It could have been their drop color that disconnected. That might be a factor on the focus fire that we saw.
Possibly,
A
yeah.
little bit of chaos there, just in that fight in general, and those brawls can be chaotic to begin with. You losing a drop color mid brawl would be a disaster.
Yeah. I'll publish the stats. Oh, yep. Pete, the Mirage did 400 plus with their serums. Everyone else on CXF 200s. Testiclops did a lot with the Viper. Way Owens did do 100 before
Yeah.
disconnecting.
Damage totals aren't that bad on the side of the opposing force. They just didn't pick up any kills. I hate to see disconnects in competitive play. Alright, moving on to the next map.
Hellbore, right?
Yeah, Hellbore Outpost. We are playing around the Sigma cap, I believe it was. Yeah, Sigma cap. So, a different cap than earlier, previous weeks on Hellbore Outpost. It's a 300-ton drop limit here for this one, which brings us into seeing more mediums and heavies. Probably not quite assault mechs yet, but probably not very many mediums or lights either. 300 tons, divided amongst those 5 players evenly would be 60 tons a player. So you downgrade 1 or 2 of your mechs to a medium, and you get 3 heavier tonnage heavies, if that's what a team elects to do. Jump jets are very strong, in my opinion, on this map for this cap point location. We'll see what these teams do if they try to play, high ground with range or mid range, or if they try to just brawl it out with jump jets.
Yeah. I think whoever can like get the bulk of their tonnage like to engage first or like just get a pick on it, like how EQ did it earlier. That's gonna be what win it here.
Yeah.
Like Skull's just taking up the middle of the map. That's pretty solid. Or just an early gank behind them. Hopefully up 4 and CXF saw that the vomit strategy by Imperion, which it just kinda got cut in half. But it was a good idea. But hopefully they've adapted something about that into theirs.
Yeah, that was a very decisive match from earlier, or drop, sorry. Um, so a little bit of something there that could be adjusted. Probably don't want to rework an entire drop deck the day of, but make some adjustments to your overall strategy based off of what you've seen elsewhere. Now, we don't know the match result from DPS's game, which is one of the teams ahead of the opposing force. The opposing force had 106 points coming into this. Damage per second had 132. That's a bit of a gap. The opposing force, if they want to pass damage per second, they need to start picking up a lot of points here. The other team in fourth place currently, Clutch D's, they have 152 points, and they've already played their match for their week 5. So in order to pass them, the opposing force needs to pick up 46 points, which would be a pretty big ask, or 47 points as it may be. I don't know what the tiebreaker is there. To pass damage per second, they would need 26 plus X, where X is whatever damage per second is going to pick up in the match that they are playing in a half hour from now. So there's still drops remaining to turn things around, start picking up points, and we have both teams locked, so we're launching.
Yep, looks like it.
And 280 tons from Crossfire to 300 tons from the opposing force.
I'm going the other side.
Okay. Here they come. I'm going to be looking at the opposing force in the red. I'm already seeing something that makes me think that they're playing mid-range. Grab builds as fast as I can here. Mislinks
Next
is
days. Yeah, there we go.
SRM4 and micro laser, so non-standard Mislinks build. Summoner is ERPPC with pulse laser backup, 1, 2, 3 of those, and then a Hellbringer Virago with the heavy large ear mead build. So high burst mid-range vomit trade to go with the 3 pop tartars and 1 light.
CXF side they've got quad Lanner and a Hellfire, all Brawly setups. So they're gonna come in fast.
Okay, that is,
And
yeah.
they're going like right through the middle of the map and intercept up 4, which is, it's kinda gonna be like what we saw earlier, they're gonna
Yep.
cut them right at that corner.
The opposing force is moving low ground in the canyon. They have absolutely no scout whatsoever, with their light just going straight toward the cap point at Sigma. So
Alright.
this is going to be...
Pop into Lousy 10 for first person. Well, he was the lead back, now he's let someone else do it. God damn it.
Yeah, Pete Zone's in the lead now. Are they looking
ToS2.
the correct direction? I believe so. Yes, they're going in. Pete Zone's going in. I don't think the opposing force
Up
has seen
4
it now,
barely saw it.
but they're
It's
all
too
point
late.
blank range. The brawl just needs to commit. And this should be, like, the Mistlings isn't in the fight. This is 5v4 to start, and no range from the Brawlers. Who's the focus target? Ghost Rider is already legged in that Summoner. Second leg
Yeah.
goes down, and in return, Pizza and both their legs are already heavily wounded on that Black Lantern, but
Lousy got leg too, but actually this is fine because they're all still well engaged.
yeah, just keep that leg shielded. Testiclops is trying to get, no, they can't get away. They're legged already. Second leg is about to go off on them. Then we're down to a Summoner in the middle of the pack here. Elysian
Yeah,
is legged, and oh, they're
I see
cooking as
Way
well.
Owens
Go
getting
down.
vomit from the side, but it is not going to be
Mislinks
enough.
has made it to the fight. Pete Zone is running around, both legs open at 59%. Lousy 10 is being left alone with the
Oh
Hellbringer, but the
no.
Hellbringer's overheated.
No,
Hellbringer's
Way
not firing.
Owens
Oh,
is not
disconnect again?
responding, so I think he disconnected.
No. Well, that's they might have picked up a kill had that Hellfire not disconnected, maybe even 2 kills, but looks like P Zone is legged, so the Mistlings did get a leg. Can they pick up a kill? I mean, oh no, they're powered down, overheated. And the Mistlings is dead. So that is that. No kills returned. If the Mistlings had stayed on Pete Zone, maybe they could have picked up a kill there. Hellbringer just disconnecting. I mean, that's maybe 2 kills
Yeah,
that
he
could
would
have
have got like,
occurred.
yeah, cause
It,
Lousy was just out there with
yeah,
that leg
it wouldn't
and
have changed the
Pete
match
somewhere nearby.
outcome, but it might have been able to pick up a couple of points there for the opposing force.
Gotta get them points.
All about the points.
We've captured resource point Sigma.
Do you think Wobbly's name means he's always drunk? Like, what would Wobbly mean?
Could be.
Alright, publish stats. I'm gonna drop this in the chat. Okay, yeah, Nikara did 400 with the Hellfire. Everyone else was a nice supporting cast.
Yeah. A little bit lower damage there. Lousy 10 getting legged early.
Yeah. Interestingly, he wasn't the lead mech, but he's like first or second to get legs. Right after
Yeah.
P, I mean.
I mean, Hellbringer's put out 177 damage before Way Owens disconnected. Mistlings put out 234. Just didn't manage to pick up any kills. Moving through that valley and not getting a scout, that's, I think, what basically doomed that drop to failure.
Yeah. I don't know where the mislinks scouted, but maybe if the mislinks on Op 4 scouted from high and then cut over to Sigma
Yeah.
as their plan, then that would have they would have been able to have more setup.
Okay, I'm going to switch teams now, or switch... okay. Very... 2 disconnects in 2 drops is not making me thrilled about how things are going.
Yep. Okay, and then switch to Terra Crucible.
Oh, sorry. Terra Therma Crucible, not Terra Therma, the other Terra Therma. Are there other map names besides Terra Therma that could be used? Just like
Or TT.
ideas for naming a map that has volcanoes? Anyway.
Hawaii? Pompeii?
Yeah. I don't know, there's gotta be something. Well, anyway, we're playing 400-ton limit, 5v5, Conquest, just Theta as the active cap. It's in the middle of Volcano in the center of the map. I've seen Receive work pretty well for teams that have tried it so far. And I've also seen a little bit more big brain strats out of the Div A match that we were casting earlier. But there are things that can be done on Terra Therma Crucible. You don't have to just walk into the middle and hope that your opponents walk into the middle with you. We'll see what these teams do. I know I would be personally rather frustrated if I had 2 disconnects in 2 matches. Hopefully the servers are doing better.
Yeah. Let's see what happens this time. At least if they disconnect on this one, they might be able to come back because of how wide the map is.
Okay, we have a lock out of Team 1 at 395 tons. Just waiting for Team 2 to indicate they are hovering at 400 tons now. We're probably going to see a lot of assault mechs from both teams. Yeah, 400 tons. I mean, that's an 80-ton average per mech. Could be mass gargoyles with a Warhammer 2C or something of that nature. More likely to be that they're downgrading one of their mechs to a medium or a heavy in order to upgrade a couple of their assault mechs into executioners or direwolves or something of that nature. Kodiak's fairly popular on this map in the previous weeks when it was higher tonnage.
I think CXF might have a Cody and Xe. These would be mechs that they like that work well on here. I bet you there's a Nightjar.
Nightjar's a good mech, and it would be immune to the environmental heat on this map, although I don't actually know if this map still has environmental heat. I think I've heard
I feel like it
something of
would.
that. I think I heard that the
Why wouldn't
environmental
it?
heat was turned off on this map,
Oh,
but I haven't
logical.
tested it myself.
Well, we can ask them. Well, tell them to check for heat bug.
Alright, teams are ready. We're launching
Yep.
in. And yeah, both teams playing with a lot of pace this evening. I know that for some of these players it's an unfortunate time for them. Time of the day, time of the morning, or night, however you want to count it.
Yeah. Is it morning in Australia?
I believe this was the match where somebody was saying that it was 5 a.m. for them. Or was that the previous one? I don't know.
That must have been someone else. Right now in Australia, it's 10:30 a.m.
I mean,
I think they're doing just fine.
depending on daylight savings and which time zone and all of that. Yeah.
Command coming in.
I'm looking at Crossfire in the red coming in. A lot of night gears, a couple of executioners. Let's check
Yep,
the
and a
builds.
Hellfire. Wow, that's
Yeah,
for
let's see if they go
Nagoro.
for backshots there. So we've got ERPPCs on that Executioner. Hellfire is Brawl with SRMs and Small Pulse, not what I was expecting. Night Gear D, ERPPC AC-10. Second Executioner, also Pop-Tart Red Laser Backup, and another AC-10 ERPPC Night Gear.
Yeah. Up 4, they got mostly 10s and Peep Nightjares. One of them's 6 UX2s, and the Xe's triple Peep. So very chunky mid-range. They're like a bunch of budget Kodiaks.
Yeah,
And then 2 Overwatchy guys.
Ultra 2 gives them good sustained DPS at range. One of their Night Gears is Ultra 5, Ultra 10, so that is different. Not a build I'd expect to see on the D. So the
Oh, yeah.
difference in the
That's
Executioners, the opposing force is bringing a 3 ERPPC Executioner instead of the 2 ERPPC Executioner. That'll run quite toasty and won't do as well in a brawl if that situation breaks out. So the
Yeah.
Hellfire masked its way into Theta Cap and grabbed that in the favor of Crossfire. They now can sit back and trade without cap pressure.
Op 4 doesn't have a good way of doing that. I think Op 4 just wants to kill them from the ring.
They're setting up a bit of a receive. one of their night gears needs to climb a fair bit higher, working on that. This is just going to turn into trade versus trade. Nobody's going to look to push here, I don't expect.
Yeah.
In which case, Crossfire is effectively down a mech, as one of their mechs does not have range. That Hellfire is going to have to find a way to be useful that it doesn't involve trading.
I think it'll work out. The CXF, they've got the chunky Pop-Tarts to compensate for the presence.
What is this? This Hellfire is playing up close. I don't think they can peek out. That wouldn't be. Well,
Ooh,
okay,
okay.
they did peek, and they're getting back. Now, there's a push coming in here. Way Owens is leading the charge. Not disconnected yet. Maybe they can make something happen here against that Hellfire.
Maybe.
The 1v1, as the Night Gears are way behind the Executioner. Executioner much faster.
It's overcommitting. Nikuro tucked in to cause this, and they played into it.
Way Owens goes down. So that Executioner is no longer on the field. And that Hellfire is still up. I mean,
Yeah.
they're exposing their back, trying to kill it.
Or what?
I don't. Wow.
Oh no.
That Hellfire is doing work as both bait and also putting in some damage. One of these Night Gears is halved. Ghost Rider's
Don't let Nikuro
trying
do
to finish off this one.
Part of the wall.
This one Night Gear.
Well,
what is going
he's
on?
fine. If he dies, it's okay. Okay.
Hellfire does
Someone
go
did kill
down,
him.
but it cost
blew himself
5
up.
mechs to get the one kill.
That was.
A remarkable tale of survival. I don't know, is there a hitbox issue there with some of that terrain, or how did that happen?
Well, Nikuro picked a really good spot to tuck in, but then he looked like he was screaming to get out. Like his mech looked like it anyways.
I
And then
don't
it
know.
blew up somehow.
That was something. That Hellfire put out 600
Jesus.
damage. Here I thought it wasn't going to be very useful, as I thought it was going to settle into a trade versus trade. But yeah, that was a very impressive survival there from
I guess so,
that
yeah. He
Hellfire.
didn't really need to do that, but he guess he chose to do it, and it really worked out for them.
I thought they were just there to buffer against a potential push, but then they peeked out and somehow baited in the push. I don't know. I don't think either team was expecting that to occur.
Yeah. Okay, you switched the teams earlier, so now we're on. Is this the last one?
We're on to the last drop. It is Hibernal, the Kappa Cap.
Kappa. Yep. Alright, so we've seen tons of Night Gears used up, a good amount of XUs. A lot of articles, Black Lanterns used up by CXF. It's probably what, Dyers and Cody's available now. A couple XUs left.
Alright, so there's a 500-ton limit for this drop, which is effectively unlimited, as there are no super heavy battle mechs in the MechWarrior Online currently. Neither team has used up their direwolves yet, so I'm guessing that we're going to see direwolves here, although I also have not seen any Kodiaks used, so we could see Spirit Bears brawling at cap point.
Yeah.
I've seen a fair bit of Spirit Bear usage on this drop in the lower divisions. I don't know if Div B is going to be using it or not. 445 tons locked in from the opposing force. That is a little bit low. 55 tons short. Not that indicates something, but I don't know what it indicates.
Yeah. It's probably some sort of 4-1 style where most of the guys are doing one thing or similar, and then one guy is just Either he's gonna get the cap early or he's gonna flank off to the side and draw some attention.
The thing is that with a cap, I don't think getting the cap early is very relevant because you can't control it with
Yeah.
range without getting up onto the rim of the bowl surrounding it, which puts you into brawl range. So I don't think they're going to be rushing the cap. So 445 tons. It's got to be some sort of a flanker, right? Like, even if you were
So.
brawling, that seems a bit light to me with the brawl options that are available. So it must be. Are they playing like a range, a receive, or like trade type deck with a lot of speed built into it? I don't.
Something speedy, compensate. I'm gonna guess if it's 4 100 tonners, then a Shadow Cat would work really well on
Yeah,
this.
Shadowcat could be strong.
It's gonna blow up in like 2 shots, so I feel like they
Yeah.
must realize that and they want to take something else to do that. Jump jetting linebacker, anyone?
Okay, we have a 480 ton lock in from Crossfire. So 445 versus 480 in terms of tonnage here. 35 tons is somewhat significant, not overly so. I mean, they do have, 500 tons available to them. So in terms of percentage, 35 tons on, a 200 ton limit drop is significant. On a 500 ton drop, it's less so. Still a little bit notable.
Alright, I assume you'll talk about the CXF side. I'm looking at up 4.
Okay.
Let you know in a minute.
Yeah, just waiting for the music to start. See if we have. There we go. So I'm looking at Crossfire, Lousy 10 in 2 ERPPC, Red Laser Backup Executioner. Then over at the rest of their squad, they've got a LBX-20 SRM 6 Mad Cat, Kodiak with AC-10 ERPPC, 1-2 of those, and another Executioner with ERPPC, 2 of those, and a whole bunch of Red Lasers. So they can trade with that. They've got good mid-range burst with also some Pop-Tart.
Yeah, up 4 is all in on the Dyers. 3 of them are like AC5s and like a Peep or something. And then one of them is like the UAC 50, the 100 point. And then it is a Vomit Shadow Cat. He's going around the outskirts. He's gonna try and get a back shot on someone early on.
Okay, could work.
And oh, I kind of like this. Op 4 is taking the Dyers not to the ridge, so they're just gonna go for more map control.
Yeah. Yeah, they can't play around cap with what they brought. They need to try and find some angles, spread, maintain range, and try to win that AC5 trade. Now, against those Pop-Tarts, that AC5 type stuff might not work out so well. These executioners have the ability to maybe put in a lot of work here, and this Mad Cat Mark II with that LBX-20 SRM6 is going to be completely useless in the type of fight that I'm anticipating that will be played out here.
So these Dyers are spreading into the middle. Either they should just send it right in, which I don't think they will, or they're going to please don't step on the cap. Which means they have to go power. No, Ghost Rider, don't do that.
Doing here in terms of
that is
it's gonna cap. They're not gonna be fast enough to get out of it. No. Okay.
All right.
Well,
so
they just need to get the kills.
CXF is just gonna chillax.
Yeah. An illegal cap has been taken. Not a big deal. It just means that Op 4 now has to kill all 5 of their opponents before they end up winning on caps, or else they lose the game.
Yeah.
These
or
Darwolves
Op 4
are
is
low ground pushing. This is
super
not
confident.
This is not what I was expecting them to be
doing. This is what I was saying. Like, this is one of their options. Like, either just go in or keep spreading. But if they spread, they're playing into the Xyz, so this is good. They're gonna just bring all their firepower and fresh armor right in there and AC5 the hell out of them.
Has this been scouted? It should have been. I'm not seeing the damage that indicates that they were shot on approach, though. But they were in the open. They should have been. Those Pop-Tart executioners should have been doing something.
But no, all the Codys are low. Mark II is low.
Taking damage.
Okay, CXF is just saying, let's just let them come wherever. And I hope they put up a UAV to at least know which side.
I do see one UAV on the map. I don't know if it's still up or... Yeah, it looks like it's still up, so... Lousy 10 looks like they have their UAV above
Ooh,
them. These direwolves
it's
are
a
coming
split
in.
dire push. Alright, they
Yeah,
got 2 of them out the front door over there. Wayo's gonna open up the side.
so
This is
one of these
timing is really
direwolves is
crucial right
not
now.
quite hitting yet. So Ghost Rider was getting
Oh
focused.
no.
They're now backing up. Their head is open. First mech goes down. It's that Mad Cat which had the brawl build. That's going to be missed. Direwolf goes down. Lousy 10 is halved. The Shadow Cat's been harassing from the side this entire time. Way
Yeah.
Owens is now getting in and
Taxi?
bringing the
Yeah.
firepower.
Okay, if Testy Cloud can just keep drawing to aggro and illusion and Wayo's just pull off just a little bit, it'll stay favorable for them. Yeah,
I think
illusion's dipping out.
it's happening. It's
Great.
happening.
Way Owens is just stay fresh and Testy Cloud stay alive.
Now, Elysian is getting jumped here by that Executioner. The Executioner lost an arm, has an open side torso. This direwolf, 73%. It's actually surprisingly fresh. Only one open side torso on them.
Yeah.
This,
Illusion should win this 1v1.
yeah, the other Executioner's gone down in the background here, so this is going to be a win. Testaclop's coming in to try and get the kill from behind on the Executioner. Executioner is overheating, taking heat damage right now. Can they pick up the kill on that direwolf? No, the direwolf survives. It is halved, but it's still walking. So this is the win that the Op 4 drew up on the board.
That was very nice.
Well
That was
played.
awesome to see that, like, they didn't send the Dyers to where the cat was. And, like, they could have played out there or gone in, and they actually went in. After getting the cat for some reason. Either
Yeah,
disrespect or on accident.
probably not how they drew it up, but I mean, it's not like Crossfire really had the opportunity to run away.
Nah, the Crossfire was... They were ready for it, but they could have gotten some more damage. So I don't know if they were ready for it, but they were, like, expecting it. They were, like, pretty set for it. They just didn't get any extra damage or, like, get all the direwolves kept track of.
Yeah. Way Owens has run out of UAC 20 ammo. Just checking the cockpit here. Plenty of UAC 5 and some UAC 10 ammo remaining. They'll still have most of their firepower. The other direwolf, Elysian, is actually completely out of ammunition for their AC5 direwolf. Probably when they got halved, they lost some ammo, would be my guess.
Yeah, that was ballsy, having the... Was it Gun Raptor and Ghost Rider? I think they're just regular 5 dyers, so they're showing up right there at the closest range. And the way Owens is, I think, more short range. So I thought he would have been there, but he was actually off to the side getting the 100 points in, which worked out for them.
So that was 2 kills returned for Crossfire on that.
Yeah.
And the opposing force picks up a significant win for them.
I think I would have been happy with that whole... Well, I don't know about the rest of their drops, what they felt like, but that one win was...
I mean, to end on a win always feels good. Testiclops in this Shadowcat put out 573 damage. Elysian put out 900 damage before they ran out of ammo there. On the opposing side, Heat Zone and their Mad Cat Mark II wasn't allowed to play the game, and Mirage and Lousy 10 in Kodiak and Executioner were leading their team. Just want to make sure I got the score updated here. So I've got it marked down as 59 points for Crossfire and 17 points for the opposing force. So if I've got that correct, Crossfire will be 57 plus 12 points. So it's still possible for Dark Sea Foxes to pass Crossfire for second place if they win outright. Because what I've got is 69 points, Crossfire ahead of Dark Sea Foxes. So Dark Sea Foxes can earn 70 points in a...
I think it's Dark Sea Corsairs.
No, it's Dark Sea Foxes is their name here in Division B.
No. Oh, you're talking about different division?
Yeah, Division B. There's 2 different Dark Sea teams. So Dark Sea Foxes, if they get 70 points in their match, which is starting up in a few minutes against damage per second, they could still secure second place, but they need all 70 points to do so. The opposing force picking up 17 points to go with their starting 106 brings them up to 122. That does not pull them out of last place. They are guaranteed to be finishing last place in Division B. But they ended on a strong win there. Anything that we need to run through here on Fearing before we sign off?
No, it was good game. CXF is strong showing the whole time. Op 4 show they got something up their sleeve. It
Yeah,
worked at one time.
and
It was good stuff overall. Just
yeah,
not totally an even matchup, but it was fun.
yeah. Crossfire is kind of a borderline Div A team, perhaps, whereas Op 4 is maybe, trying to play up into Division B. And there were 2 disconnects as well that the opposing force had to deal with.
Yeah, that made things a lot less even.
Yep. This was Therax doing the cast, Unfearing joining me as a co-caster. So thank you
Whoa.
teams for letting us cast your match and playing with pace. We got this done in under an hour. And thank you viewers for showing up, supporting these teams, supporting MechWarrior Online competitive play. And I think I'm going to just go ahead and end the stream then.
Yeah.
All right.
Good luck on any other ones, Therex.
Oh yeah,
See you around.
I've got one more cast tomorrow in about, I think, 22, 23 hours from now. So anyone who's interested can follow on the channel and get a notification when it goes live. And Unfury, you're streaming on your own personal site as well?
I was, yeah.
So you want to plug it?
It's just Twitch TV/Unfearing. It should be there on the Mech Warrior category too. I'll drop it in like the TL chat so they
Yeah.
can share it with their teams too. It's more just for the players, I would say.
Well, it's a secondary angle if any viewers want to see what I wasn't looking at. If there was a play that I missed or something like that, they can go check your VOD.
Yeah.
All right, I'm
Alright,
cutting
see you,
the
man.
stream. Yeah, see you around.
Yeah.